Welcome, everybody, to our Dare to Dream team meeting. This is our second Facebook team meeting, and I'm really excited about this avenue. It's been fun to kind of connect with people this way. So, we are going to jump right to the chase and talk about technology. It has taken me a little bit just to figure out how to record this without anybody actually being on it live. So, hopefully, this is going to work out. Um, but essentially, there is a lot of technology out there that can help make our lives easier, but it can also complicate our lives too. And we can spend tons of time trying to figure out a piece of technology when we could have spent that time filling our calendar, getting the bookings, meeting with potential team members, and doing things that are actually income producing activities that get our business rolling. So, especially if you're new, it's really easy to get caught up in once I have all these other business things in place, then I'll start to, get my business going and make money. But the reality is, you don't need any of this to get your business up and running to the point you want it to be at. So, this is just a little precursor. Maybe technology comes really easy for you. That this is something that could assist you. It also may just spawn some ideas for your business that you might not have thought about before. So I'm going to take you through a few quick things. And the biggest piece would be Evernote. That's just something that I have started using. It's helped keep me organized. And now that I have a business that is really growing, I'm working, I'm doing 8 things a month. I really am working towards that Ireland trip. If that's a pace that you want to keep up, then having something like Evernote can be really helpful to managing all of those parties and team members and things that go along with that. So what you see here on my computer screen right now, this is my dream board. And I just had an incredible call with our Dare to Dream Bigger. That is for people that are interested in working towards their promotion to team leader. We have some incredible ladies on that call. And so we were talking tonight about the dream board because we all face those fears and anxieties that may prevent us or hold us back from achieving in our business what we really want to. And it's easy to make up excuses and blame it on other things. But at the end of the day, this stuff on your dream board is what's really important to you. And no matter how nervous I get or how much I don't want to make a phone call or don't want to leave my house, these things don't change for me. I really want to update this dream board. I haven't done it in a while, but paying off debt and traveling and visiting family, those are things that are all really important to me. And so if you haven't created a dream board already, I suggest making it. My first few are just paper collages that are on my wall, and it's been really cool to highlight and circle the different things that as I've achieved them and they've come true for our family. Now this is kind of something I created on PowerPoint, and now I'm going to put it as the backdrop of my computer so I see it every time because I've really kept creating my business in a way that is very portable. And I've just earned my MacBook Air that I just got, so I'm very excited about that. And so this is essentially all my business is right on this computer. So this is all I need to take, and I can work from wherever if I've got 5 minutes in the car or just kind of escaping to a coffee shop. This is kind of my business go-to now. So create a dream board if you haven't already. Okay, the first thing we're going to pull up is the internet. And I want to take you to our Dare to Dream Facebook page. This is a place to share, support, and encourage. I want to encourage you to participate on this. When you've got something really great that's happened in your business, post it here. If you've got a question about your business, post it here because chances are somebody may have a question about the same thing. What this isn't a place for is that if you get frustrated and something's not going right, it's not working, that's when you call your upline, call your sponsor, call me, because we can help you get to the bottom of that and help you find that answer. But this is a place where we want to move towards that dream board. And so all the good news, the supportive things, questions, this is what this is used for. And the more you post on here, the more interaction we get, the more that we all grow as a team. So I encourage you to do that. What I want to call your attention to is this top post. It's the pinned post if you ever miss it. But this is our team Dropbox. And this is something I've worked on creating for you so that you can have access to all the files that I use that help keep me organized. So in book fairs or all your Facebook party stuff. If you want to run a Facebook party tomorrow, the script is all in there. Your plan of what to post before the party, it's all in there. The folder I really want to call your attention to is this Getting Started folder, because this is some of the essential documents that you want. This consultant success plan for your first 30 days. Even if you've been in this business a while, I encourage you to download this document. There's a second one coming for your next 60 days. This is designed for people in their incentive period, but essentially what it is the basics of the business, and that is always applicable to all of us. So this Word document here, if you download that, the links to all the videos are right on that document that you can just click on. If you want a nice clean formatting one, maybe the Word document opens funny for you, just download off the PDF as your checklist to have, and then keep the Word document on your computer so you can just click on those links. There's a training here about your e-commerce site, filling your calendar, and just how to learn about your dashboard and your back office. These are just great learning tools for you to get started with. And so that's the team Dropbox. Really encourage you to go through there. There are a lot of files in there. Those are the files that I use, and those are the files that I will continue to update. So definitely go back. You can look at this document again. I'll try to post when I have updated things so that you can go back and see what I'm currently doing. But this is always here and available to you. The second thing I wanted to point out is the Usborne Achievers site. If you go to usborneachievers.com, the username and password is always in your Thank God It's Monday email newsletter that you get from me. But this is Nancy Ann, and she is this cute little lady, and she is our top upline. And her site is just full of useful tools. It's organized really nicely up here for the types of things that you're looking for. Again, this is a place you could spend a lot of time delving into education, which is good, but schedule yourself your education time so that you can have time to explore and go through it, but it doesn't overtake all your work time when you could be booking shows or finding new team members, which is the core of your business. But again, a great website. If you haven't been there, I highly encourage you to go to it. The next one I want to point out is bookstosmileabout.blogspot.com. This is my training website that I've created for you. Again, because this is what I want you to have access to. I'm going to be changing this slightly because the resources tab, a lot of that I'm putting in that team Dropbox. This Success U is going to be our new start guide. Success U is something live I do at my house. If you're not local to me, then a lot of the same materials are on this page. So another great thing for you to work through. But I would say start with this consultant success plan at this point because I am going to be modifying this. The big thing I want to call your attention to is this calendar. This is our team calendar, and I am trying to keep this updated as best I can. But if you are looking for what's going on, then here's the calendar that you want to go to. So on Monday, every Monday there is something going on. This month, or this Monday, it's our Facebook team meeting. Next Monday, it's going to be our Facebook opportunity event. Those are always here. You will see our Tuesday training webinars start to pop up here as our presenters create those events. They will pop up. And we have great training webinars on Tuesday mornings. 10:30 is Step Up and Lead, designed for those that are really wanting to move into leadership. They're great resources to support you in doing that. And the 11:30 is a next chapter call. So after you've worked through the basics, this could be something else that you're really interested in. How to use social media to your advantage, how to maximize your time so that you're working efficiently. All those extras for our business that really do help us stay productive. Those are always on Tuesday. When you see things like our national convention, our leadership retreat, that will all be in here for you to look at. So if you're not quite sure what's going on, you can look at the Dare to Dream Facebook events. You can come to this calendar and check it out, but highly suggest you mark that. You can also take this calendar and sync it with your calendar. So for instance, I use iCalendar, and this is, my husband and I share this. It's all linked on our phones and our computers. And so it's all color-coded from the girls, for me, for Lando. So I know kind of what everybody's doing when my events are. So figure out a calendar system that works for you. I will say I still do use a paper calendar that you'll see in our Facebook event because that purely has my bookings. The most important thing for me is that I'm filling my calendar the way I want it to be. uh, because that's how I earn money and that's how I support my family and that's how I earn these fabulous vacations to give to my husband. So I use that paper calendar just to highlight my bookings, so that I've got the business that I want. So those two things are really important to me. Okay, so the last thing that we are going to look at now is Evernote. And Evernote is, I'm going to minimize this so we can just be clear here. Evernote is an app that you can download, and you can download it on your phones, your iPad, your computers. It's all interconnected. It does not have to be just a Mac thing. So anybody can use Evernote. And essentially what Evernote is this is the stacks of paper on your desk. These are the millions of notebooks that you might have kept with your notes from this convention or that convention. For me, I have two working business binders on my desk right now. One is for my bookings, and the other is for my team. I am slowly phasing out of that, and those binders are now on my computer. So again, I can take my business and this computer wherever. The other beauty part of it is that if I lost my computer, I didn't lose all my material because this is all online. So what you can see here, when you create your Evernote account, you're going to have a first folder, and I've changed that title to be Inbox because you'll have an Evernote email address. And so if you find something great on Pinterest, you can take a screenshot and email it to your Evernote account. You can take a screenshot of a Facebook post and email it to your Evernote account. If there's things that you want to follow up with later or you want to remember, this is kind of another version of Pinterest, I guess. Email it to your Evernote account and then put it in the notebook that you want to keep it in. But everything will go to your inbox and then you can move it for there. So one of the things that I keep track of, and I've probably talked with a lot of you about, is your recruiting pipeline. And I also have a booking pipeline. So I have a notebook for that. And in there, I have two pipelines, my recruiting one and my bookings. Um, these are the people that I have talked to about booking parties who I know are interested, or maybe they are people that I would just really love to host. This is my booking pipeline. And I'm going to be organizing this, I think, by month, and working a little differently on it. But the point is that you have all those people in here. This was my recruiting pipeline. And so anytime somebody kind of came up on my radar as who could be a potential recruit, I put their name in here. And I have several different contact points. And it's funny as I look at this, when I can see of the people on here, I have one, two, three out of the six that have actually joined my business in the last 3 weeks. So keeping these names on here, these are the ones on my radar. They're the ones that have said no right now. It's not a good time for them. So they're not in my active recruiting pipeline, but I don't want to forget them because there may be a time, there may be a great kit that I want to think about these people. So I keep them there. And then as people sign up, then I will take them out and kind of move people up. But whatever works for you, your recruiting pipeline is one of the most important things you can do for your business. And you need a place to keep track of it because those names will escape you and you don't want to miss out on the opportunity to share this business with someone who could really use it. And you'll never know unless you ask. So your recruiting pipeline and your booking pipeline is essentially your booking notebook that you have seen. And again, mine is very minimal right now because I am still moving my old booking notebook into this format. So if I go back to my notebooks, you can also stack notebooks. And so what you see here, my bookings, I have 4 booking notebooks because I want to keep things a little bit more separate. In my booking notebooks, you'll see I have book fairs, booth events, Facebook parties, and parties. Notice this is all caps. This is the most important part of my business. But when you open it up, I have a party template. And this is a folder I'm going to create in Evernote, a notebook actually, that I'm going to share with you. So you can have all the templates that I use. But essentially, this is how I keep track of my parties. And for those of you who have been with me a while, the home show information sheet is the paper version kind of this. And that's what I've used and I've had in my business binder. And I keep them in order so that I can flip through and I know what's coming. Now I really follow my paper calendar to keep me up on my bookings. That's also what I take to parties that I can easily show people. These are my next available dates. But now I follow that, and then I know that these parties are in here. And so, this includes all the different kinds of hostess coaching that I would do along the way. And I have one set up for each person. And actually, it looks like I have somebody in here twice. So that's kind of fun. Um, and then the other one that I've really been working on is the Facebook parties. Again, I have a Facebook party template. And so this gives me check boxes so that I know, okay, yes, we're friends on Facebook. I sent her the hostess email. I mailed her a packet. And I'm going to double check she's in IMN. I invited her to the Facebook event. And the day before my reminders, I might go up here to this little alarm clock. When I first set this party up, I can click here and I can add a reminder date. So the next time I need to follow up with the hostess, I'm going to set myself a reminder right here. And then Evernote does this beautiful thing and sends you an email every day and says, this is what is on your to-do list today. And so this Facebook party, it might be in, Melissa's. Actually, you can see here I did it. Melissa, the next time I need to connect with her is Thursday, October 23rd, because we booked her Facebook party a ways out. And so I'm going to forget about that. But instead, I set myself a reminder. I copied this invite to Facebook event or to set it up, and I put it in here. So when I get my email, it's going to say Melissa Van Buskirk set up her Facebook event. And so you can just copy the piece that you want and set it right up here in the title, and it's going to tell you exactly what to do. Or you can come back and look up the note. But setting these reminders is helpful. So after this reminder, the next reminder I'm going to set is my day before. I'm going to set that reminder so that I remember to follow up with her. And the day of, I might not do that one. But this is how I keep track of my Facebook events. The other nice thing is after this event is over, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click right here, and I'm going to tab down, and I'm going to do this fancy line thing right here. And that means that party is done because hopefully she is going to become either a recruit or a repeat hostess. So the next time she hosts again, I'm going to copy that same template and put it right up here. So then I have a history of all of her events, every time she's hosted for me and what the results were. I'm going to do this with every booth event too. So that way I can keep a running list of how those booth events went year to year. And that will help me track, is this a booth event I want to continue to do, or is this something that I don't want to do anymore? So that is my bookings one. I also have been moving to my new consultants as I get somebody in here. This is Barb. This is one of Trisha's new consultants. But this is kind of how I keep track of everything that I have done with her, how I know her, different things we've had in our phone conversation. And I'm going to, again, keep those notes. I'm going to put that fancy little line in here so I keep the newest notes at the top. But this is kind of all the base information. So these notebooks, you can create one for every kind of thing. People pad are just random customers that I may have met. I just got my note today that Elizabeth and Emily, I met them at an event. They were both having babies in August, and I wanted to follow up with them in September. This is a great way to keep track of those people that might be in your booking notebook. The most important one I want to share with you is this today's to-dos. This is how I organize my day. And so I have a list for every day of the week except Sunday because I don't want to schedule myself to do anything on Sunday. And so for Monday, these are the things I always do on Monday morning. I do our family banking to make sure we're up on all our bills. I order trip cards for my daughter's preschool because that's how we buy our groceries because it goes towards her tuition. And that's every Monday. I make sure my newsletter is sent. I actually compose it on Friday and schedule it. But this is a reminder to just double check for me that it went. And this is when I try to reach out to all my team and set up those calls because we always have something going on Monday night. I want to point out the Tuesday calls. But then these are my must complete items. And honestly, I'm super busy and I try to not have more than a few things in this must complete. You can see those two people I mentioned. Here they are. Because I got that email reminder. I didn't have time to do it on the day that I got that, but it went in and I scheduled the time to do it, and that's tomorrow. If there is time, this one tends to get a lot bigger. But if I get my must complete done, I can feel good about this. I copy the if there is time and I move it now to Tuesday's to-dos. I have a group of Uzzies that I talk to every Tuesday that we talk to each other, we keep each other accountable. and cheer each other on. That's every Tuesday. And so I will move that other list here to, if there's time, and then I will pick maybe 2 or 3 things to move up to the must complete. This is how I kind of keep myself organized day to day. And it takes me 2 minutes at the end of my work time to just move it to the next day so that I'm always staying on top of those details. Projects. There's a bunch of different projects that I want to do, but I know that I don't necessarily have time to do them all right now. So that's where this goes to. And if for some reason I did get through everything here, then I'm going to go into this one, and this kind of becomes my running list. So that is a quick overview on Evernote, and I really think this went a lot longer than I wanted it to, but definitely post some questions. I'm happy to talk you through more, but wanted to give you a little idea of what I was doing these days. So thanks, and we'll go back to the event.